Good day, everyone! Today, me and my groupmates will explore the fascinating world of verbal and public speaking. Communication is an essential skill, and being able to express ourselves effectively, whether in conversations or public settings, can open many opportunities. We will also discuss how different factors like culture and history shape the way we speak. So, as we go through today's discussion, keep these points in mind. Understanding the way we speak and improving our communication skills will help us become better speakers, whether in everyday conversations or formal presentations. Let's begin. Verbal communication is the foundation of how we express ideas, emotions, and informations, while public speaking takes it a step further by addressing an audience with purpose, whether to inform, persuade, or inspire. This skill is invaluable because it boosts confidence, strengthens relationship, and drives success in both personal and professional life. To excel, focus on knowing your audience, practicing thoroughly, using clear and concise language, engaging with eye contact and body language, and staying authentic to connect genuinely. Remember, even the best speakers started as beginners. Consistent practice and a willingness to learn are key.
Filipino English and American English differ in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar due to linguistic influences from local languages, like from Spanish and historical American English. Here are some key differences between the Filipino English and the American English. Number 1. Pronunciation differences. Filipino English devoices certain consonants and modifies vowel sounds. For example, this is pronounced as this, and thin is pronounced as tin. The distinction between long and short vowels is often lost. Sheep and ship may sound the same, while American English maintains the voiced and unvoiced the sounds in distinguished vowel lengths. For example, this remains as this, and thin remains as thin. Number 2. Lexical differences. Filipino English incorporates Spanish loanwords and direct translations from Tagalog. Examples of this is despedida, which is farewell party, estafa, which means fraud, and querida, which is mistress. Uses loanword translations such as open close the light instead of turn off the lights. Using joking only instead of I'm just kidding. Using you don't only know instead of you just don't realize. While American English uses different idiomatic expressions and phrasing. For example, turn off the light, I'm just teasing you, you just don't realize. Number 3. Grammar differences. Filipino English may omit auxiliary verbs in articles. For example, where you go instead of where are you going. Another example is he is top-notcher in exam instead of he is the top scorer in the exam. While American English uses complete sentence structures with proper auxiliary verbs. For example, where are you going? And another example is he is the top scorer in the exam. These differences highlight how Filipino English has developed as a localized variety, influenced by cultural and linguistic factors while still maintaining intelligibility within the global English-speaking community.
Hello, in this part of this video, here are the differences between Filipino English and American English. Today, we're looking at some differences between Filipino English and American English. Now let's start. In the Philippines, we say comfort room or just CR when referring to a toilet. But in America, people say restroom or bathroom. Another example is Filipinos say aircon when talking about an air conditioner, when instead, Americans just say AC or air conditioner. And here's a common one. Bullpen is a Filipino term for a pen, but in the US, people just say pen. for graduation, Filipinos call it a toga, where Americans call it a graduation gown. Now, these are just a few examples of how Filipino English and American English differ. Do you know more? Let us know. Thank you and God bless.
For the pronunciation, V and B sounds. Filipinos might pronounce van as ban or very as bere. F and P sounds. Phone may sound like phone and Philippines might sound like Philippines. Syllable stress. In Filipino English, syllables are often pronounced with equal stress unlike the varying stress patterns in American English. For example, banana may be pronounced as banana, equal stress. In Filipino English versus banana, second syllable stress in American English.
Grammar and sentence structure. Present continuous tense usage. I am eating already. Filipino. Versus I am already eating. American. The word is slightly different because of the influence of Tagalog syntax. Omission of preposition. Where is your office? Filipino. Versus where is your office at? American. Filipino English sometimes drops prepositions influenced by Tagalog structure.
Usage of politeness and formality. First, let's talk about use of honorifics. Sir and ma'am are used more frequently, even among peers or younger people, to show respect. In American English, these terms are typically used only in formal or customer service settings. Next, let's go with indirect requests. In Filipino, may I borrow your pen, please? Versus in American, can I borrow your pen? Filipino English tend to use more polite, indirect language.
Idiomatic expressions and colloquialisms. Here are 3 examples. Number 1, take a rest in Filipino versus get some rest in American. Number 2, fill up the form in Filipino versus fill out the form in American. Number 3, close the lights in Filipino versus turn off the lights in American.
Code switching, also known as Taglish, is a common linguistic phenomenon in the Philippines. It involves switching back and forth between Tagalog and English. Taglish is a creative blend of both languages, often using English words and phrases within Tagalog sentences, or vice versa. So here are some examples of Taglish. First, I'll go to the mall muna. Muna means first. Second one, wait lang, I'll call you later. Lang means just. So this is a natural way of speaking for many Filipinos, especially in informal settings.
How does culture and history influences us Filipinos? The way Filipinos speak English nowadays is influenced by both American and Spanish colonial history. During the American colonial period, English became the main language in schools, shaping the way Filipinos learned and used it. This is why some older American terms like comfort room or CR for restroom and brownout for a temporary power outage are still commonly used in the Philippines, even though they are no longer used in modern American English. The influence of American culture also spread through media, reinforcing the country's use of English in daily life. Meanwhile, Spanish rule, which also lasted for over 300 years, also left a mark on the Filipino language. Many Spanish words became part of Filipino English, such as baon or packed meal, and suki or regular customer. These words are often used in English conversations because they have no direct translation in standard English. This blend American and Spanish influences shows how language evolves based on a country's history. Philippine English is not just a version of standard English. It also reflects the nation's identity, culture, and past. It is a unique way of speaking that connects Filipinos to both their colonial history and their modern way of life.
Alright, so let's talk about some expert tips for giving a successful virtual presentation. First things first, audio and video quality are super important. You want to make sure your microphone and camera are working well, right, Cherise?
Definitely. You don't want to be halfway through your presentation and realize your audience can't hear you or see you clearly. I always make sure my background is tidy and my lighting is good too. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in how professional you look.
I totally agree. And let's not forget about engaging the audience. If you're just talking at them for 10 minutes straight, they'll probably zone out. It's always a good idea to ask questions or maybe throw in a poll or a fun visual, right?
Yes, you can also keep your energy up. Even though it's virtual, people can still feel your enthusiasm. I find that moving around a bit or using hand gestures helps keep them alive. But also don't forget to prepare your content beforehand. You want to sound confident and not just read off slides.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of practice. I always do a dry run before presenting. It helps me smooth out any rough spots and make sure I'm on track with the timing. Plus, I feel way more comfortable once I've practiced a few times.
I totally get that. Practicing makes all the difference. It helps you speak more naturally and you won't be crumbling for words. So, make sure your presentation is clear, engaging, and well prepared. That way, you'll connect with your audience and leave a lasting impression. Well, don't forget, confidence is a key. If you believe in yourself, your audience will too. So, take a deep breath, follow these tips, and you'll nail your virtual presentation.
Language is more than just words. It reflects our culture, history, and identity. Today we explored how Filipino English differs from American English, from unique vocabulary and pronunciation to grammar and cultural influences. We've also discussed expert tips for virtual presentations, helping us communicate more effectively in the digital world. No matter how we speak, what truly matters is clarity, confidence, and connection. Let's continue to embrace our linguistic diversity and sharpen our communication skills. I am UT Harina, leader of Group 4. Maraming salamat and thank you. I am UT Harina, leader of Group 4. Maraming salamat and thank you.